gesture. I'd like to show a picture first. So we see that one, right? We clearly see both doing a gun pose. You see that one too, right? I'm just.
Oh, stop it, bro. Don't even go no further, bro. Just stop it. Don't even go no further, bro. All of these guys you're showing, bro, has never had a history with anything involved guns, my guy. And that's the reason why Jaw is getting people coming for him, bro. Because he had a history with this thing. So that's why people are gonna come for him. Those guys, you can look at it and it's just celebration. This guy was caught seen in videos with gun, all of this stuff. So that's why people are coming for him, man. You can't look at these rest of these players and they're looking at them celebration or something and then come. It's different, bro. Jaw was glorifying gun and all of this stuff, bro. Come on, man. We can't do this, bro. We gotta keep it real.
Oh man, this gonna get deep.
Yeah, it go.
This could be a deep conversation. I feel you already know John's my guy. John's my boy. Um, yo, it's just blatantly wrong. I guess no other way to go about it. Like, if you really look at John Morant, he ain't done nothing wrong. He ain't done nothing illegal. He ain't been charged with nothing on the court. He ain't done nothing against the rules. He hasn't violated no league rules, no league standards, or nothing. It's and I think when you look at it like that, when you take that approach, it takes more. It kind of takes on like somewhat of a cultural like significance at this point because if you watch all across sports, that's what the kids do. That's the celebration that the kids do, and it obviously shows when all of the other kids is doing it. But to say when you put Ja in a different boat because he had a gun on camera, like realistically, that's not illegal. That's not. He didn't. He like he didn't. That none of that stuff. Him having a gun on off the court on camera is not illegal. So he's being punished on the court for something he did off the court. That's not illegal. That's not even there's no rule that say he can't do that. The literal laws of the country is. It's just I don't know. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. It's just it sets a bad precedent.
Um, I don't know if I know King want to go, but yo, man, listen, we it's like when you set a standard for yourself or you just set a trend, right? You got to know the wolves is gonna seek and like hunger for more, right? So when the blood is out in the water, the sharks is gonna lead to the blood, right? John Morant put himself in this predicament on the simple fact of you trying to be somebody you're not. You are a professional basketball player who plays the game of basketball, who loves all style of music. I'm never gonna come at you for liking a certain music, but what you do on a screen, what you put out on social media, you got to know the kids who want to be professional basketball players is going to follow what you do. As now your celebration from where you put yourself in on one of the flash guns in a strip club, you're there for pleasure. Flashing guns in a strip club is weird behavior, bro. Reason being, I don't care if it's loaded or not loaded. What are you doing? Like, that doesn't make no sense. So, out of famous words of them all, Kwame Brown, shout out to you. NBA dumb boy, you just gotta know, bro. When is enough is enough. Like at this point, I don't even care anymore. At first, I was like, nah, let him slide. Cool, he's just enjoying himself. This is how they do. Cool. But at some point in time, bro, you're getting fined. You had just had a conversation, and you did it again. 75,000 out your pocket, bro. If you like losing money, okay, fine. But you're losing money off dumb stuff, bro. Enough. Grow up, please.
But is
all this
it fair
antics is
though? I
weird.
think is it fair? Is the real like is that fair?
It's not about being
Because
fair. like I just said, you put the blood in the water, and you expect them not to eat. You continue to feed them BS. You're putting out the BS, not nobody else.
And you know what? It's not even just the gun in the club. It's the gun in the car with his homeboy.
Yeah.
That too. Right after the gun in the club. Right after.
He's in Memphis where there's a lot of that stuff going on. We gonna act like we didn't just see a couple years young Dolph get murdered and all those bodies that came behind it. There's a lot of good.
Sauce Walker man didn't get shot just now in Memphis in broad daylight.
Hey, Sly, I understand. You know what? Let me try to run one of these clips back one time. Yeah. Hopefully we get the sound. It'll be beautiful if I can. Hold on here. There we go. We'll have the sound now.
And daily out there.
I can't take that in consideration.
You have to.
So if he's holding a gun up in the strip club, we're in the middle of a game.
Point anybody?
But it don't matter. It's the perspective.
Okay, so if he was in Texas, if he played for Dallas, that's good. You can carry guns, right? But if he go out there shooting hogs and doing that, that's fine.
He's hunting. Absolutely, it's legal.
He's not in the strip club dangling a gun.
I'm talking about the perception of this. Listen, of this well-known athlete.
Mm-hmm.
In this city where gun violence is prevalent, right? In Memphis, Tennessee, we got kids out here dying in the streets daily. People putting switches on guns, dudes drive-by shootings. All these things exist in this city where this particular guy plays.
Mm-hmm.
These kids look up to him.
Okay.
They looking at it, he's glorifying. That's what they looking at it
the
as.
kids are doing it now.
So they're trying to nip it in the bud as much as they can for this particular city, this particular athlete that people are glorifying.
So you can go out there and go hunting and
yes,
same
that's
thing.
and
that's
yes, it is. But kids ain't dying in the street.
In Texas?
We talking about in Memphis, Tennessee, Gil.
You're penalizing me because of the city?
Yes.
So you can go out there and hunt and shoot shit. I'm getting in trouble for laughing in my car.
No,
you see how that is
in public with a firearm.
And you're shooting wild animals in the
You're in public with a firearm shooting shit.
But you're
literally endangering something because somebody can walk by and get shot by that.
No, that's not how hunting happens, bro. That's not
hunting. That's not
how it happens. People don't walk by and get shot.
So, Gil, you have
nobody got shot in hunting.
Are you not recognizing what I'm saying?
I'm recognizing what you're saying. I'm recognizing you're using something that has nothing to do with how he is portraying it.
These are facts.
Well, who is portraying it?
These are facts I'm talking about, Gil. Go look at the murder rate in Memphis, Tennessee.
We can look at the murder rate.
You look up everything else. Go look up the murder rate in Memphis, Tennessee.
If he was in a different market, this would be handled different.
I don't. I think it's a culture thing. Like I said,
it's a culture thing. Yes, all of it is.
It's music. It's influence. All of that.
Yeah. So if he was
young
else,
the biggest thing in Memphis, nigga, Joe is, dude. Joe Gotti brother gets shot. It's dog. It is a real thing down there.
I understand. Right? I'm like, why are we?
Who else? Someone pulled out the gun yesterday too, right?
I don't think it's fair to him.
Who pulled out the gun yesterday?
Who?
In the game?
Somebody pulled out a real gun?
No. Somebody did the gun.
Jinsky, I think.
Cool. He plays in Golden State.
He ain't getting. They actually said it.
He ain't never been in trouble.
Ja got fined $22,000 for just he didn't find nothing.
No, he ain't never been in trouble.
Did he get
real quick? Yo, King, can you do me a favor though, bro? Stop putting up Gil clips, bro. Okay. All right. I'm being sure to stop putting up this guy's clip, bro. Because
listen,
I don't understand.
On this one, here's one reason why. Gilbert Arenas is a hypocrite.
He's an hypocrite.
You don't remember this?
The reason why. That's why he's trying to defend it. Bro.
Hypocrite. So at the end of the day, yes, you know what, Sly, you're right. It's not fair. It's not right. But at the same time, if you're portraying something and people see it, and the NBA is a business, as much as people don't want to believe this, Ja was going to be one of those faces of the league. When he started doing all that stuff, it made it harder and harder for them to even want to put him up there. He lost money behind the incident in the strip club and the incident in the car.
And the incident in the mall with the in the gym with the young kid. He put his hand around the neck. Like, come on, bro. Like,
that's another one. We just talking strictly about the gun gesture and the celebration. Let's not open Pandora's box and start pulling on all of his mistakes. Because you know what? We're all human beings.
But that was all there. All of that was all on the news too, bro. They were talking about it, everything. Yo, listen, bro. It's fair. It's fair. It's fair as hell, bro. like Mel said, bro, you can't cut your hand and dip your hand in a shark-infested water and don't expect to be bitten. Okay? Then you come back out. You had that gun. You got fined for it. You come back out and you start throwing grenades now. Guy, at least have some respect for yourself, bro. Right? Like, come on. We got to keep it real, man.
Okay.
I feel you.
So if we gonna wouldn't it be fair if they just outlaw gun gestures in general? Because
I agree.
it doesn't make sense to say, oh, it's because he plays in Memphis and he influences kids. Every city has gun violence. Every basketball player influences kids. To single out somebody who has never, he don't got no murder charges. He don't got he don't got no charges, no weapons charges on his record. Like that's not illegal to have a gun. Like that is like like it's just it's okay. We see people that hunt all the time. They go hunt. They post pictures with the gun with the animal holding his head. Like, is that considered, or is it only considered that when it's part of black culture or hip hop culture? That's the only time where guns are considered just in a certain light. And I think when you start going into that, it does become unfair because it becomes a matter of just subjectivity, and it shouldn't be, to be honest. If you're gonna say it's wrong for Ja to do it, it should be wrong for everybody to do it. Period. And if it really matters, if the image and all of this stuff really matters, they should just say nobody could do it because it is a bad look. It does look wrong to say, oh, you play in Memphis, so you like what? Yo, didn't the one rapper, his man got shot. Niggas in LA getting, it's constantly happening in LA specifically. Like LA has a gang violence, a long history of gang violence, but Austin Reeves can do it. It's just absurd to make that specific point is the most absurd thing ever. It's just a surface level it's just a surface level observation. Is actually sickening. Like I understand you guys is right when you say, yo, if you draw that type of attention, you can't be mad when they do X, Y, and Z. Granted, that's actually true, but it's still unfair to just take one person's situation and like imagine that though. Like imagine, just think, like imagine if I just apply that same logic to our everyday lives, and you would be like, okay, that's insane. Like imagine if you on your phone at work and they say, nah, you can't be on your phone at work, but everybody else at work is on their phone. You're gonna be like, eat a dick. I'm gonna be on my phone too. Like stuff like that is that's just wrong. Like, and it's okay to be like, okay, we're gonna change the rule, no gun gestures for everybody. Like, but I think they like the press that they're getting from singling out Ja Morant. That's really what it is. Like,
Ja is singling out himself, bro. I'm sorry, my brother.
We gotta take accountability at some point,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and again, I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna agree with you. Where he's playing at has nothing to do with anything.
right.
But at
like,
the same time, if I'm Ja Morant, if I'm any human being, if I'm a man with children, bro, at some point in time, I gotta know my actions just doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. You're in a strip club dangling a gun that's unloaded or loaded.
okay, that's
For
cool,
what?
but that's a separate
Yeah,
thing.
you're in a car.
What that
Wasn't
got
it?
to do with doing this in a game when everybody doing it?
Bro,
That's a
because you
separate
already
thing.
put out a dumbass stigma about yourself, and now the fact that you keep doing it, the stigma's going to be there. Your objective as a man is to say, yo, that's not who I am. Yeah, I did it. I made a mistake. Okay, cool. But that's not me.
Okay,
But if
so
you keep playing childish games, you're going to get childish prizes. Come on, bro.
yo, and if Ja wasn't in the strip club with the gun, if he wasn't in the car with the gun at the same time, if all of these things didn't happen, Ja could have been doing a gun celebration in the NBA, and I think no one would care about it.
You know what?
Okay, I'll give you that, but those are like subjective things. Like those things are relative. These are opinions. There's no rule that states these things, so you can't say he's wrong for feeling like he's being that he didn't violate any rules. There's nothing you can look up and say Ja Morant did this wrong, so he should be fined for this. This just
Okay,
not. It
so
don't exist. I can
real quick,
understand him having that type of thought process.
real quick. Sorry, King. Real quick. So I hear what you're saying, but also, do you think, just to tie this in, do you think it's okay for LeBron James to come out in a warm up and be shooting jump shots without his shirt on? Like, we're in a professional league, right? So gun thing is worse. Coming out there shooting with your shirt off. It's the NBA. It's gotta be professional. You gotta be respectful, right?
Do you think? Okay. Oh
All right,
man.
hold on. Let me give you guys another history lesson. There was an incident that happened at the Pacers arena where Ja and his crew and some other NBA players had an issue, and they said that they seen lasers being pointed into their car. Now, it don't take a rocket scientist to know that these guys wasn't holding lasers and doing that, right? Two, a quote that I heard from a wise man. Everybody is accountable and holding themselves to an account. And there's some people who are bad accountants. And that's exactly what Ja is. A bad accountant. Because guess what? You did all these things, you can't cry wolf. You're doing something that they don't approve of. And you're right, Sly. Everybody shouldn't be doing it. They should ban it. Because in the NFL, I know you gentlemen are very aware of this, they ban certain gestures. You can't do certain things anymore because guys was pointing at people and doing that, and they banned that. The NBA can do the same thing. But for Ja, it's about time you hold accountability. When they gave him the word the first time and said, hey, you did that, you can't do that again. And then he turns around and does it in the next game, come on, man, that's bad accounting.
Okay, but that's okay. I want to be clear. I'm not defending that, yo. Like, I'm not defending throwing money away by no means. Like, that to me, I ain't with that at all. If it's gonna cost you money, yo, what you doing, bro? That's cool. But let's be real. It's like we only want to hold the players accountable, and that frustrates me so much. Yo, the NBA it's how hard the NBA to make a rule. No obscene gestures that involve guns for any players. They could easily do that, and we not having this conversation. Y'all don't think it's a reason they not doing it though? Y'all don't think that they not doing it just so we can be sitting up here talking about Ja Morant, so ESPN can be sitting up here talking about Ja Morant, so we can further the narrative of aggressive, violent black men? Like, it's mad whack. Just say nobody can do gun gestures and we can be over with it. Cause then they fire Mike Malone like that. They fire their coaches like that. They do all this stuff like that, but they can't just like that say no gun gestures if it's that big of an issue. Yo, the league should be held accountable. Also, I'll say also.
Yeah, yo, I feel you. Here's two things can be true. All right? Because I almost lost my train of thought with that one. Now, they do have a policy for obscene gestures. Remember, when Eddie Jones was doing the big nut thing, you can't do that no more. They
like that. Snap your fingers. No more nut dance.
No, I feel you.
It wasn't snapping the fingers though. They waited to the off season. All that gets done in the off season though.
Yeah, the rule changes get done in the off season.
So they couldn't do that. They couldn't. So why couldn't they wait for the off season for Ja?
They probably are, but he keeps doing it.
Yeah,
he keeps doing something.
When do we hold individuals accountable for their actions, bro? We gotta stop trying to find out.
Though. That's the thing. He's been held accountable though. Like,
he has not, because he's clearly not getting it.
Yeah, he keeps doing it, brother.
He's not getting it.
Okay, he hasn't accepted accountability. He's been held accountable. He's been fined. He's been punished. Maybe he hasn't accepted accountability, right? That's a separate thing. That's not what I'm speaking on. And on that end, I agree with that. But as the NBA, if you really care about what this gesture portrays to the youth, you can nip it in the bud for everybody and not just single out a single individual. Is that fair to say?
That is fair to say, and I hope that they get to it at the offseason, because I agree with that.
That's really my main point. And I'm not trying to say that he ain't wrong or nothing. Because I honestly, I think all the stuff these young niggas do is lame. But as an old nigga, like, it's my point to understand, that's not me. I don't get what the young kids do no more. That's what they do, whatever. It's cool. If you're gonna give up money and you want to stand tall in that, good luck, more power to you. But man, let's sometimes hold these old white men accountable too, bro. Because for real, they take our culture, use it, and make billions of dollars off of it. They don't care about Ja. They don't care about the kids in Memphis that shooting each other. Because if they, like I said, if they really cared, we're banning gun gestures for everybody in the league. It's that simple. They could have did it last year. They've been doing gun gestures forever. Mikal Bridges is out here doing this, and they all doing gun gestures in all sports, all across the board. And honestly, I don't really care for it
because
either.
at those points, listen, Sly, I totally get what you're saying, brother. I'm rocking with you. But the matter of the fact is, at those points, it was just looked at as celebration. Okay? None of those guys we're talking about or you mentioned has ever had multiple incidents, been suspended like 12 games, other things with it. So that's the big separation. All these guys at that point is just celebration. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it comes down to. So Ja can cry as much as he wants, my guy. You did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. Yes, there's bigger pictures what you're talking about, Sly, and I see it. But he can't cry because he just did it to himself. He keeps doing it to himself.
I don't disagree on that front though. I definitely don't disagree on that front. I'm just saying I like it though. I like the celebrations. I like I like the gun thing, and I like the grenade thing. The grenade thing that might be the best celly ever, low key. Like that's so cool. But I will understand why some people.
It's so cool.
That's cool. Like I like that. It's creative, all that. I understand why some people would be offended by it, but it's like, yo, come on. Like, whether Ja did what he did or not, what do that change the gun violence in Memphis? Cause Ja, he ain't from Memphis. Niggas been getting shot forever, bro. Like, why are we acting like Ja Morant is introducing something? Like,
Ja Morant ain't from Memphis, and Ja Morant ain't from the streets.
But that's cool.
Okay, let's leave it at this.
Did the same thing years ago. Like Ja wasn't around then.
Let's leave it at this, okay? There's a bag of accountability that needs to be done, and there's a lot of bad accountants. All right, they need to get their taxes up, run the numbers properly, stop cooking the books.